Alright everyone, Simon here, and we're playing Banished. So, since the end of the last video, I have gone ahead and converted all the houses to stone. I have built a few stone roads. So you can see like that road there is a stone road. I've put a stone road around that area there. And a stone road out here. So just the long roads I've turned into stone just so people can kind of walk back and forth a little bit faster. Doesn't really change too much. What else did I do? I added another peach orchard right there because we weren't actually getting enough peach. We're still not getting enough peaches for this tavern here. I've added another tavern to change berries into ale because we are constantly running out of ale still. I built another cemetery, so you see that's 40 out of 40 filled, and that's 19 out of 49. So the cemeteries, the graves disappear over time, but it takes quite a while, so you need a big enough cemetery to hold all the dead people, basically. Otherwise they get sad. I shifted this around because we had an infestation at the cow pasture there, so I kind of killed off that and then moved the sheep around and then split that again and so on and so forth, and so we got that. It wasn't a big problem, it's just a minor infestation. We're down to 38% on the quarry, we're down to 66% on the mine. But aside from those things, nothing really changed. Mostly we just spent our time... Herbalist died of old age. Mostly we just spent our time converting the houses to stone houses. So... next we are going to expand. So let me just pause the game there and think about... what about this? So the market... where should I put this? I guess for maximum value I should put it about here. Max value market. I don't know if I'm going to build quite this many houses, but you know, if I want to I can. Alright, so that's market there. And I suppose we should, you know, build the roads to see how far this goes. It goes there, right? Alright. So that's the road. Let's just build a road all the way around the market. Like that. And then I suppose the sensible thing to do is to build just a long straight road all the way down to here. I think that's the sensible thing to do. Alright, let's do that. Did the game just not let me do that? Hold on, what's going on here? So there's the edge of the market there, right? So let's just put a long straight road all the way down to here. Okay, and then we'll just let the game figure that out by itself. So market first, and then we decide what to do next. We need houses, and we need wells. Because this is kind of inland where there's no water nearby, so we need wells around here in case we get fires. Fires are bad. What other things do we need? I guess what the game does that, I kind of want to talk about game mechanics too. I've been thinking about this for a little bit. I mean, first of all, I want to talk about the interface. These things are windows, and they really shouldn't be, because you really can't play this game without having these two open all the time. Especially like this. Like if you don't have these open, you literally don't know what's going on with your town. Like, you know, how much food do we have? I don't know. Are we gonna starve in 5 minutes? I don't know. So if you play the game like this, then you're gonna lose. There's no way for you to win if you play the game without these two things open. Let's see, 4 laborers. Where do I want to put them? I think let's put 2 into stone cutting. Alright, keep going. I'm also keeping a slight surplus of laborers now, just because it's slightly more convenient. So yeah, so these UI elements really should be just more accessible. I mean, to open profession, you need to click once and then click twice. Whereas these things we use so often that I really think it should be just open all the time, or at least one click away, not 2 clicks away. I mean, you might think it's not a big deal, you know, the difference between having this 1 click away or 2 clicks away. But it's just, you know, if you when you play other games like Minecraft, you know, your inventory bar is always open, your health bar is always open, your experience bar is always there. So like the UI elements, the ones that you kind of need to keep an eye on, they're always open. And these things you really need to keep an eye on in this game. So, you know, by that logic, I feel like they should really be just always open. And the other thing I want to talk about is the game mechanics. In the sense that, why are these people just walking over the mountain like that? There's a road right there. That's the strangest thing. Anyway, maybe I should just do that, I guess, maybe? Not that it makes much of a difference. Alright, let's see what's for sale. So game mechanics, let me just, hold on, I don't need that, alright. So if you think about this game, think back to when we had 10 people in our village, right? So with 10 people in your village, if you want tools, you need to make one of those people a blacksmith. So then you've dedicated 10% of your population to blacksmithing. That's the population cost of a blacksmith in a village of 10 people. Whereas now we have a village of about 150 people, and we have 2 blacksmiths. So the cost of those blacksmiths is like 1.5%. Is that right? Yeah. So the cost of the population cost of the blacksmith is 1.5% of the population. So that's what I mean when I say that the more people you have, the easier the game gets, because like the cost of having these specialized jobs decreases over time. Food doesn't. We still have almost like 40% to 50% of our people working in food production. So that's always going to be half of your population or slightly less. But things like builders, if you have 2 builders in a town of 10 people, then you have like 20% of your population as builders. Whereas now, again, we have 2 out of about 150. Other things like woodcutters, we have 4 in a town of 150. So that makes I don't know what's the percentage on that. Like 5%? No, less than 5%, my bad. Or 3% of the population has to be woodcutting. So you can kind of work out what percentage of your population needs to be any particular job to maintain your surpluses. And so, you know, if you have a woodcutter in a village of 10 people, then that's 10%. Whereas now we have 4 woodcutters in a village of 150 people, so it's only like 3%. So as your population increases, the number of, like the percentage of people you need to dedicate to each profession reduces, except for the food. So then, you know, as you get more and more people in your village, the game gets easier and easier, because you don't have to, you know, dedicate as many people into some of these jobs. Like we have a physician, and this is like always 0 patients. Hardly anyone ever gets sick. So again, and also like the trader, you can put 6 traders in the trading dock, but there's no reason why you need that many people. Like you just need 1 person to shuffle these things around. So 1 person is enough for a trader. No matter how big a city is, you don't need more than 1 trader in your game, basically. And I feel like no matter how big your city is, you don't really need more than 1 physician. So, you know, these things, like, you know, as your town gets bigger and bigger, the percentage cost, the population percentage cost of those professions gets smaller and smaller. And thus it becomes easier to do those things. I'm gonna need a new chapel. So those are the game mechanic things that I want to just talk about, because I have been thinking about them. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, I'm gonna build a market. So there's a road, and then there's the market. So the yellow circle, I believe, indicates how far we can build these houses. We probably won't build quite this many houses, but we can if we want to. We don't really need more miners, do we? I'm just gonna put one more person to vending, because this market is quite far away from everything else. We probably don't need more vendors, but there you go. Also, our food surplus is quite robust right now, which is a good thing. Who died? A herbalist has died. Alright, that's fine. A laborer has died of old age. Alright, well, that's fine too. Where are my builders? Where are my... Oh, my laborers are... Well, the thing is, there's no... We don't need more food, so shouldn't the farmers come over here and chop the trees, or is that not how that works? Maybe just free up a few stonecutters, because we don't quite need that much stuff just now. A brewer died, alright, that's fine. So I should probably talk about the population as well. Let's come back to here and just switch that to 50 years. So if you remember earlier in the game, we had this population crisis at this point in the game when our adult population was going downwards. And that was kind of scary. So after that, this is the expansion when we built our houses, and then from about that point onwards, I believe, was the transition to the stone houses. So the population is still increasing for some reason, not entirely sure why. Because we are kind of overcrowded right now. Well, a little bit overcrowded. But the population is still increasing slowly, which is fine by me. But I would just have to kind of keep an eye on that, basically. But you see, we're kind of hovering around 120, between 110 and 120 adults at the moment. And I don't think it'll go too much higher than that until we build more houses. Like, you know, like this part, the population, the demographic crisis, as I keep calling it. Like, you know, at that population level, around 40 people, it was a struggle to maintain the town. Once we got over that, it gets really easy. Once you get up to 150, it got really, really easy. So the game is this kind of really strange... It's got a strange difficulty curve where it's kind of more difficult at the start and then more and easier as you play more and more. Which is weird. So, you know, some of these achievements where they go, you know, reach a population of 900. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I feel like that's kind of trivial, because as your town gets bigger, it actually gets easier to play. I mean, if you want a real challenge, I would mountain man, harsh climate, small mountain map, and maintain a population of 50 people for 20 years. See, even that, like, so they keep talking about maintain a minimum population. But this is not the difficult part. The difficult part is trying to live with a small population. That's more difficult. So if you say something like maintain a town with less than 20 people for 20 years, that's probably quite difficult. Because with a town that small, first of all, as I said earlier, the population cost of each profession is quite high. And secondly, any diseases or any kind of disaster can easily wipe out your town. So actually maintaining a low population is more difficult than maintaining a high population. Right? Or, you know, that's what I found so far. Alright, so how is this going? That's not going anywhere. Nobody's doing anything out here. What? Hey, come on guys, build this. Can I, like, prioritize this? I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, but I would kind of like to get this done fairly soon. A miner died during childbirth, that sucks. So all of that is working exactly as we expect. So you can see the ale, or the stored alcohol, doesn't get very high. I think we need a lot more peaches. The berries is okay, basically all the gatherers. I've put it up to 12 gatherers out of 12. Just to get more berries to put into the tavern. That quarry is... Does it get deeper and deeper? I think it does. The quarry gets deeper over time. That's funny. Doesn't really show you how far into the mountain it goes, the mine. Ah, nobody's doing that. Where is everyone? Hold on, let me just check this. Oh, they're harvesting stone and iron out in the wilderness. Wow. All right, well that's pretty dedicated of them. I did mark these for harvesting a long time ago. You can see how there's no iron and stone left underneath these trees. So that's dedicated of you. Look at that. Look at this guy. He's gonna walk all the way out here. Can't even click on him. There he is. Trader. Cherry? Wait a minute. Didn't I... General goods... Oh, this guy sells everything. Amazing. I ordered a bunch of seeds from a trader a long time ago and the guy never came back with them. I don't know what happened to those seeds. Chestnut, walnut, cherry. What do I have and what do I not have? Chestnut. I need chestnut.